It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day and groundbreaking in 4S Ranch. Those of you that have been paying really close attention will already recognize this property. At the very beginning of the year, well, like in March, watch out Hannah, Daddy's coming in behind you, we did their backyard. We did some flanking areas, we did some pots, and we'll show you how those have progressed over the last almost 12 months. But first I want to talk with you about this phase that we're doing here in their front yard. So you can see we've got, you know, just a little downslope of an area. These aloe glaucas we put in last year kind of as place fillers. So I like them, and they're going to continue to grow into really nice stands. So I'll just throw some boulders in between them. You'll also note that we have this, you know, the Mickey Mouse kind of situation happening here with the irrigation. And Greg is going to take out all of this black tubing and these micro drippers and run our subterranean drip through once we have planted. So the first step is to do the demo, and the client there wasn't much going on in here. Actually, Hannah, why don't we show them what's over on the other side? Because that's what was in here too. Little boxwood hedges all in a row. This was kind of the landscape over on the other side too. Just your Raphiolepis, your India hawthorn, and your, you know, boxwood. She had a really sad, skinny little Japanese maple tree that had been there for years. It just was not performing. So now we have this fantastic blank slate over there. We'll talk more about the rest of this later. But for now, I just kind of wanted to give you an idea of what we were dealing with. Oh, and Daddy Greg is here with the soil. Nice work. There it goes. This is 3 yards of amended topsoil that was procured from the local rock yard. And as you can see, this bed is about 20 feet by 15. So the 3 yards of soil is going to be moved in an undulating fashion so that we can add depth to this installation. You will note also that there's a lot of monkey hair mulch. This is great for the soil, very great. So we're just going to throw the dirt right on top of it. We're not going to rake, and you ask me this sometimes. We're not going to rake up the mulch. We're just going to pour dirt on top of it. Look at our plants. You know, the plants have come from Waterwise Botanicals. We are also going to be planting out this little skinny flower bed here that's only about 1.5 feet, 2 feet wide. So I think you'll enjoy watching how I do that. Yeah, really, I guess that's it for now. Yeah, okay. Okay, so KRC Rock has arrived. I have ordered 15 2-foot minus rocks for this installation and 31-foot minus. Hannah's eyes just got really big. Have you learned nothing from your installation? You can never have enough rocks. Trust me, it's not too many. So once the guys, Terry and Colin, get done with the soil and the mounding, then we will stage our boulders. In the meantime, Bart is going to drop them on the street right here at the curb. Oh, that's right. I've got my mic on. Ooh, ah, honey quartz. So this is what 3 yards of amended topsoil looks like in a 20 by 15 space. This yard has a natural downslope that kind of runs this way and then down to the drive. So we're going to consolidate our soil mounding in this area right in here and then start staging these fantastic boulders. So mounding's an art form in and of itself, but don't worry about getting the perfect dimensions right out of the gate. As you work with your boulders and your plants, your mounds are going to move and take on, you know, additional and new form. Because of the natural slope of this yard, I wanted the weight of my soil to be right here, just right of center. And then this is our largest honey quartz boulder. So what I want is to make a cradle for it right here. See, already the mound is moving. The shape is moving because I'm digging out. But I want it to look like, as we were raking, this rock was just magically exposed. Very natural. So once this rock gets put down here, we'll move some soil around it, and then we will move on to rock number 2. All right, so 2 men and a girl.
Which way? Yeah, I can go back.
This boulder weighs a couple of 100 pounds. This is a 2-foot plus honey quartz. And what you want to do is you want to try to find the prettiest angle, the prettiest side. But sometimes with the bigger rocks, I'm just not so fussy because it's so heavy. So I'm like, yeah, wherever it lands, guys, that's good. I can work with it.
Now this
way. Love is in the garden. You guys are, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how you are responding to this campaign. Remember, 50% of the proceeds of the sale of these gorgeous shirts that were designed by Hannah and John go to the Sudden Cardiac Arrest Foundation in honor of our cardiac arrest survivor, Daddy Greg. Thank you so much for your support. I know, right? You're looking at this going, what is she thinking? That is a lot of rocks. And you know what? You're right, but this is all part of my process, and I need you to see this so that when you're bringing rocks into your space, you don't freak out and think, I've got too many. This is 24 rocks. There's a combination of, 2 foot plus, 1 foot minus. These are honey quartz, and you guys, this is not at all too many rocks. Once we start working our plant material in, you're gonna see just how important this really is. Now, if you're insecure or you're unclear on, how to stage your rocks, if you don't feel good about trying to work with this many at a time, you can always work in stages. Find your own process. Maybe you want to stage 1 rock and plan around it, and then stage another rock and plan around that. I don't know, do you? The point is, remember, everything's fluid, everything can be moved. With succulents, nothing is ever forever. Okay, so we have staged the bones of our plants. This is really, really important. Remember, all of your in-ground installations are really just giant pots. So you want your thrillers, you want your fillers, you want your spillers. And the first thing that we did was stage our thriller, which was this mystery aloe, I don't know, Tom Jesh isn't sure either if it's got some plicatillus in it. Hard to say, but we'll know better when it blooms. It's very, very blue with very orange teeth. It's just, and it's pink. And oh my gosh, there's just so much happening. It's so exciting. So that's our main wow plant in a big 15-gallon can. Then we have this agave Mediopicta alba. Now the Mediopicta alba is a medium-sized agave. It tends to not mature to be more than about twice this size. So it's a good one in a smaller garden. Here's another mystery aloe. This was a one-off at Waterwise. We don't know. Oh, so I'm not even sure what this is going to do. I think it's going to grow kind of feroxy on a trunk, but you know, we'll just have to see. So exciting. So I'm really, really eager to see how this guy matures. Then remember my trick about, you know, if you don't have a big 15-gallon specimen, sometimes you can just take 3 5-gallon plants and cram them together and call it a day. And that's what I've done with these Aloe grenadiensis. We're going to plant these really, really close together so it's like one big plant. Then I've staged 3 5-gallon Euphorbia millii ready reds. I love this plant because it blooms pretty much year round. This one does not like to get really, really wet, and it's kind of persnickety about temperature. So yeah, well, hopefully it will be great in this spot. Then look at this spectacular agave blue glow. Oh, see the little dents in the leaves. That was from hail. We got hail. Oh, hail no, but yeah, we got some hail here in San Diego, and everything soft-skinned got pilled, but it'll grow out of it. Then my go-to ground cover, the plant that I love to work with around boulders and rocks and on downslopes, is the Portulacaria afra variegata. So I might even put 2 of those in here to kind of spill down in between these 2 rocks. Now, if you look around, we still have a lot of plants to work with, but these are the bones. And when you're doing your installation, if you want to put all your plants out before you start sinking, I recommend it. But I've done this enough now. I'm confident with this. I'm going to go ahead and have the team sink these, and then we will move on to some of the smaller plants. This has been Laura Eubanks with Cullen, Terry, Hannah, and Greg in 4S Ranch with your succulent tip of the day and day 1 of a 3-day installation. Bye, guys.